So we're finally in the last month of 2025. Well, what if I told you that December might end up being one of the most important months for the entire crypto market, and most people are completely asleep to it. The markets have been a complete mess, and most of us have just been pretending like nothing happened. As long as you don't check your portfolio, the losses don't exist. But regardless, the charts look messy and sentiment is mixed at best. But underneath all that noise, some of the biggest macro, institutional, and narrative shifts of the year are setting up right now, just in time for 2026. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down everything you need to know about December, why the next 30 days could flip the whole market, and what signals you should be watching. Before we jump in, this video is for educational purposes only, and none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Now, let us set the scene. The market just came out of one of the most volatile periods since October 10th. Bitcoin has been chopping around the 80 to 90K range. Other big caps like Ethereum and Solana are in shambles. And the total crypto market cap lost 25% of its value in just under 2 months. That's over $1 trillion wiped from the $4 trillion peak in late September to the $2.9 trillion local bottom in mid-November. But flash forward to December, and we finally saw things bounce back a bit, with Bitcoin touching the 90K range again and altcoins showing small signs of recovery. And the biggest macro driver behind that bounce is simple. Quantitative tightening has officially ended, and the market is now pricing in an over 90% chance of a rate cut in December's FOMC meeting. That alone is enough to shift liquidity, risk appetite, and institutional positioning into a much better place. December has historically been strong for crypto, and this time the winds are even stronger because we also witnessed Trump hint at who Jerome Powell's replacement will be. Check out this clip.
It's a great group, and I guess a potential Fed chair is here too. I don't know. Are we allowed to say that? Potential. He's a respected person, that I can tell you. Thank you, Kevin.
He nodded at Kevin Hassett, which is extremely bullish because he's known for favoring the side of rate cuts and added liquidity. Not only that, but he served on Coinbase's advisory council as well. Plus, he's probably in line with what Trump has wanted from the Fed all along, and that's more aggressive rate cuts. Next, I want to run through the key stories that shape my December outlook so you can get an idea of why I'm bullish at this point. First, Grayscale dropped 2 huge ETFs earlier. The Dogecoin ETF called GDOG and the XRP ETF called GXRP, both launched in November. This is massive because it brings even more institutional liquidity to coins beyond just Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now we have more meme coin exposure in the mix too. But there's one problem. I noticed only 20% of you are subscribed with bell notifications on, so if you want to catch these picks before the rest of the crowd, I highly suggest you subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into it. Next, we saw one of the most hyped launches of the quarter. Monad officially went live on November 24th. It's a high-performance layer 1 that's already drawing comparisons to early Solana because of its speed and developer support. If Monad can keep up the momentum, it can become a major player in the run towards 2026, which many analysts believe could be a super cycle year for altcoins. And if you're maybe thinking of placing a leveraged long or short on Monad, well, you should make sure you're using a reliable exchange at least. BTCC has been one of my go-to platforms because it's officially licensed in the US, Canada, and Europe with no VPN or KYC required. They've got solid liquidity, easy signups, and the best part is their current promo. With my link down below, you'll get a 10% deposit bonus and up to $10,000 in rewards. They're even offering extra perks for anyone who deposits during this month's event. You can trade futures, spot, and everything in between, all in one clean interface. Check them out while the offer is still live. Now, let's talk about the huge update from Vanguard. And if you didn't know, Vanguard is the second largest asset manager in the world. Their assets under management total up to $9 trillion, only second to BlackRock's $10 trillion. For years, Vanguard refused to touch crypto. They called it too risky and compared it to gambling. Then, on December 2nd, everything changed. Vanguard announced that their customers can now buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and other crypto ETFs directly inside their normal Vanguard accounts. It's as simple as buying any regular stock or fund. No extra apps, no crypto wallets, no complicated steps. This is a really big deal. When such a careful, old school institution finally flips on crypto, millions of regular investors who were scared or unsure now feel safer jumping in. That means we're going to see some massive liquidity being added into the markets. Next, we saw a pretty big update with the neobank Revolut. They're now raising money at a $75 billion valuation and quietly pushing deeper into crypto by adding Web3 tools, expanding stablecoin payments, and partnering up with Polygon. This shows that fintech and crypto are blending together faster than most people realize. Not only that, but Revolut's growth proves that the neobank narrative is growing stronger and stronger. People want faster payments, global reach, and real-time settlement. That's exactly why this ties perfectly into projects like Karma. I've covered this project before and for good reason. Karma is building the neobank model natively inside Web3 instead of trying to bolt blockchain onto old banking systems. It offers smart accounts, automated money flows, and instant cross-border settlement without approvals, delays, or central control. The big picture is simple. The average person is going to have way too tough of a time figuring out how to on-ramp and off-ramp the right way. With all the annoying hoops they have to jump through, the neobank narrative is the perfect solution. People will always default to the most convenient path, and if there's a clean app that lets someone turn their fiat into crypto at the click of a button, you best bet that they're going to use that. Another huge development for December is the prediction market space. I'm talking about Polymarket receiving official approval from the CFTC to operate in the United States. This is the first major prediction market platform to get a green light in the country, and it's obviously the biggest piece of the pie when it comes to gambling degens. Just look at Las Vegas. They literally have slot machines in their airport. But anyway, this approval means on-chain prediction markets are about to enter a massive expansion phase, which ties perfectly into the narrative rotations I've been preaching about: privacy, neobanks, prediction markets, and AI agents. By the way, if you're wondering how you can find news like this and take advantage of it before everyone else, well, it's not easy. You need to be able to catch on to trends and patterns before the rest of the market. You need to be glued to the screen, doing constant technical analysis, checking all the right news sources, and keeping track of whales and institutions all at the same time. Or if you don't want to do all that, then you could also just let my team handle it all for you in the FireHustle VIP Discord. Listen up. During the last big AI wave in November of 2024, our community was insanely early. I can't really talk about the exact gains, but one example is that we found Griffin at a market cap of $1 million. You can do the math. Flash forward to now, while everyone was panicking over the market correction, one of our newer plays in the privacy sector called Zera held up pretty strong compared to everything else. The FireHustle Discord is where I spend hours every single day fully immersed in crypto research. My team and I are constantly out there finding the biggest trends, doing technical analysis, dropping guides, giveaways, and sharing everything with you well before it hits the mainstream. If you want to get positioned properly before the next wave takes off, this is the way to do it. So if you're interested in joining, then check out wap.com/FireHustle. The link will be in the description down below. Now, to wrap this up, let's bring it back to December. Why could this month flip bullish even if the charts still look messy right now? Well, liquidity is increasing, rate cut expectations are rising, institutions are positioning, ETFs are expanding, and major infrastructure launches are pointing towards a very strong start to 2026. We're also heading into a historically bullish period for Bitcoin and altcoins, especially now that QT is officially over and JPOW is on his way out. December has been a breakout month many times before, and the setup this year looks similar. And that's it for today. If you want more videos or more deep dives on your favorite projects, then hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to let me know what you guys think about December for crypto in the comments down below. Is it over, or are people overreacting with the FUD? I read every comment, so let me know. If you have more personal crypto questions, feel free to come ask me in the FireHustle Discord. Link is in the description. And remember, none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research, manage your risk, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. If you enjoyed this breakdown, then make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dives just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.